Texas fans are up in arms on social media. Commissioner Brett Yormark had some things to say in Lubbock yesterday. It kind of made the rounds on social media. We're going to talk about that and read an article about it and give you my opinion on what I think about it right after this word from our sponsor. This episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing. Only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you.
This is for Cameron.
What is up and welcome in, guys. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you have landed yourself here again at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Guys, Brett Yormark was in Lubbock yesterday, and he continues to tell Texas and Oklahoma how much he's glad they're leaving the conference. And it's hilarious. It's funny. It's lighthearted. And Texas fans especially have been up in arms on social media over this. I think some of them even think that there's going to be bias against the team this year, that calls are going to go against them to prevent them from possibly winning a conference title, all kinds of stuff. I have an OutKick article here we're going to read that kind of sums everything up, what happened yesterday and all that. But before we read that, I have a very special announcement, guys. I'm going to get you guys hyped and ready on what some deem as the best transfer portal class in the country. Jay Kuntz will be on Hoops from the Hills with me and Coos Saturday at 3 p.m. We'll be releasing that video probably around the same day, around 5 p.m. It's going to be pre-recorded. So just go ahead and go over to Hoops from the Hills on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, guys, and wait for the architect of what has been one of the best turnarounds in college basketball in recent memory after Bob Huggins was fired like he was, guys. So get over to Hoops from the Hills, subscribe to that channel, and don't forget to subscribe to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football as well. On to the OutKick article we go. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark calls for Texas Tech to take care of business against Texas in Longhorns regular season finale. We all know that Texas and Oklahoma will be the biggest attraction for opposing teams this season in the Big 12. While both teams prepare for a final season in the conference, Commissioner Brett Yormark is having fun at their expense. The final season for the Longhorns in the Big 12 will lead to teams looking to knock off Texas as parting gift on their way to the SEC. So, it really shouldn't be surprising that Brett Yormark is having a little fun at the expense of the nearly departed. One of the funnier moments of the season happened before a whistle was even blown, flag thrown, thanks to the commissioner. Speaking on Wednesday, Brett Yormark had a clear message for Texas Tech and head coach Joey McGuire, who will play Texas in its last regular season game in the Big 12. The heated rivalry game will be played in Austin, Texas, and if Yormark has his way, Texas Tech will repeat what they did to the Longhorns in 2022. Candidly, we were able to get Texas and Oklahoma out of here early. That was a big deal for us, and I think all of you, Brett Yormark mentioned. And Coach McGuire, I'm not going to put any pressure on you, but I'm going to be in Austin for Thanksgiving, okay? And you better take care of business like you did right here in Lubbock last year. And here's the Twitter thing from Joseph Cook 89 at Joseph Cook 89. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark today. He said what he said. Just read the excerpt. And then this is I guess a little bit of a personal touch from the author. Texas fans were a bit feisty on social media Wednesday night when Yormark comments were posted, leading to some fantastic replies. And this is kind of what he had to say. I truly hope the Longhorns and Sooners don't take it personal. 2023, both teams decided to leave the Big 12 for SEC, even buying their way out a year early. So when it comes to the upcoming season, we're going to see a number of heated rivalry games on the field. Every member of the Big 12 who isn't new this season will be out for blood, hoping to prevent Texas from winning a conference title on the way out the door. This will certainly lead to some hostile environments and a bunch of horns down penalties this year if Big 12 officials decide that they actually care out to flow a flag. But don't worry, Texas. If your team is good enough, there won't be some type of huge plan to prevent you from playing for a title. The referees aren't going to screw you, throw phantom flags, or decide the game for you. So just take the trash talk, enjoy the funny memes, and opposing teams taking some cheap shots through social media. Last season, Texas Tech trailed Texas 24-14 at halftime, only to stage a huge comeback, winning 37-34 in overtime. This season, Texas has the most talented team in the Big 12, looking to snap a 14-year conference title drought. But if they plan on getting the last laugh, they'll have to do something that hasn't been done in a while at Texas, which is finally meet expectations. Wow. I got to give the author credit, and I forgot to look up his name. My apologies. This is from OutKick. I think his first name is Trey. He did a really good job there at the end. I felt like that was a really, really nice way to put a finishing touch on that article. But I have a few concerns about Commissioner Yormark here, and I know that he is a guy that is extremely straightforward. Curious that he is putting fuel on this fire at the expense of possibly Texas Tech. And Texas Tech fans, I would love to know how you feel about this. Do you guys mind at all that Brett Yormark has basically given Texas bulletin board material for that game on Thanksgiving on Black Friday? I'd be really interested to know that. Texas fans, do you feel like Steve Sarkisian is going to use this as bulletin board material? I know I would if I were a coach. It's perfect. I think they already have a mantra, embrace the hate. And so they're doing that. They're doing just that. I don't see this being a huge distraction, although in the week leading up to this game, I imagine that these excerpts and those video clips will be played probably ad nauseum for Texas and Texas Tech fans. And, it could be for a conference title. It could really decide the race. I think both teams are going to be good teams. Texas Tech are on the verge of preseason top 25, and really one of the sleeper teams that's been picked over and over, sort of like their last year's K-State, where they were really a dark horse because everybody picked them. Everybody knew they were going to be pretty good. Similar with Texas, except they have a really talented roster. I think a lot of us expect them to be a top 3 team in the Big 12, no doubt. Be interested to see how this game plays out, how Commissioner Yormark's expectations have really added fuel to that fire. Really interested to see how that turns out, guys. And I'll tell you this. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it just because it's just not a greatest look at all, for the commissioner. Although he does what he does, he probably has a method to his madness that even I can't fathom. It could even be to boost ratings. He just wants to get higher ratings. There's so many different things that could mean. Overall, though, I will be watching this game, and these comments will be in the back of my mind almost the entire way. But like I said, I don't see it having any real impact on the outcome of the game. And Texas fans, guys, a lot of you guys are taking this way too personally. Lighten up just a little bit. You guys did do your best Bob Irsay impression, moving the team basically in the middle of the night. Although you didn't move locations, we all know that Bob Irsay took the Baltimore Colts to Cleveland in the middle of the night. Similarly, Texas and Oklahoma leave in the middle of the night. And so you've really earned a lot of the hate that you get. That's just my opinion. And I think most people that are still Big 12 fans feel the same way. You guys look ahead to the SEC while we have the Big 12 to deal with, and they're happy to do it. So that's my 2 cents on the issue, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this episode. Would love to know how you feel about it. Subscribe to the channel, guys, as always. We always want new subscribers, whether you're Texas, Oklahoma, a Texas Tech fan, or anything in between. Obviously, my Mountaineer peeps, we want you here, as always. Give us your feedback, guys. Let us know how you feel about Commissioner Yormark, his comments, Texas Tech, Texas, the game itself. Do you have a prediction? Do you think this will play a part in any part of the game, whether that be on or off the field? Is it a distraction? Really curious to know if you guys think it's a distraction for either Texas or Texas Tech, or is it nothing at all? And don't forget to like the video, guys. It always feeds the algorithm. We love feeding the algorithm. I always call it the monster. Got to feed the monster, guys. Got to feed the monster. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, like I said, don't forget Jay Coots on Hoops from the Hills, Saturday, right around 5 p.m. We'll probably be dropping that video. Hope you guys are looking forward to that like Coots and I are. This has been another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over. Until next time, I'm out.
This is for Cameron. Cam. Oh.